Greetings to the all present. Myself, Dr. Sangeeta Prashad from Kanya Mahavidyalaya, Jalandhar, and I am here to present my work on nickel iron induced optical, structural, and electrical properties of polyaniline polyvinyl chloride composites. But before starting my presentation, I would like to present my sincere thanks to ScienceFurther and organizing committee of International Popular Science Awards for considering my name for the Best Researcher Award in Physics and Astrophysics. To start with the introduction of my work, the discovery of conducting polymers with significant electronic conductivity dates back to 1862. However, it was the pioneering work of Shirakawa in the late 1970s that revealed the potential for doping polyethylene with iodine vapors to dramatically enhance its conductivity. This breakthrough led to the emergence of intrinsically conducting polymers, a unique category of materials capable of conducting electric currents. Swift heavy ions have emerged as a valuable tool for probing electronic excitations in organic supercapacitive polymers and crystals, inducing structural modifications through rapid dissociation and creation of molecular chain disruptions and free radicals. Achieving highlighted conductivity often requires both structural and chemical modifications. The objectives of the present work were to synthesize polyaniline via chemical methods and then the fabrication of polyaniline PVC composites. These composite films were freestanding. Next objective was to investigate the impact of nickel 7 plus ion beam on the optical, structural and electrical properties of the freestanding thin films made in the first step. The synthesis of the composite consists of four steps. Firstly, the polyaniline was synthesized through chemical method using aniline hydrochloride and ammonium peroxysulfate as precursor. Then the polyaniline PVC composite thin films were made by considering the ratio of polyaniline and PVC as 3 is to 20 and uh, then the two were blended in DMAC as a co-solvent. Third was the resulting solution was dried at a constant temperature yielding freestanding thin films. The average thickness of the film was measured using micrometer and it was obtained to be 60 mm. Then the next process was the irradiation. The composite samples were exposed to nickel 7 plus ion beam at the Inter-University Accelerator Center, Delhi, using a Pelletron accelerator in the general purpose scattering chamber. The nickel 7 plus ion beam with the energy 100 MeV and current 0.5 PNA was used at a flux of 3.125 into 10 to the power 9 particles per centimeter square per second and the fluence ranging from 3 into 10 to the power 11 to 1 into 10 to the power 13 particles per centimeter square was used. All this was done under the pressure of 1.33 into 10 to the power minus 7 kilopascal. The beam was used in the scanning mode so that to reduce the chances of heating of the sample. And the range and electronic stopping power of the ions in the composites were calculated using STRIM software and it was obtained to be greater than the thickness of the films, confirming that the ions have not been implanted in the films. Then the irradiated and unirradiated means pristine thin films were characterized for Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, ultraviolet visible spectroscopy, PL spectroscopy, XRD, FESM, and LCR meter for electrical properties. First are the results of PL spectroscopy. The PL spectra was recorded between 375 to 600 nanometers for an excitation wavelength of 320 nanometers at a slit width of 10 nanometer and scan speed of 900 nanometer per minute. It was observed that the increased intensity in the main peak after irradiation uh, alters the electronic structure of the material. The emergence of the new peaks with increased irradiation fluence suggests the formation of new color centers after irradiation. The CI color coordinates were calculated using GoCI software and shown in the CIE 1931 color diagram. After that, the UV spectroscopy has been conducted to observe the optical properties of the samples. The optical absorption has been found to increase uh, and move towards a shorter wavelength region while the effect disappears for higher wavelengths. With increased fluence of the nickel SEM plus ion beam, the optical absorption region stretches towards a higher wavelength. The Toxylation has been used to find the bandgap energies such as direct bandgap and indirect bandgap. The Urbex energy has been calculated from the slope of the linear part of the graph, curves between energy and absorption. The table shows the decreasing trend in both direct and indirect bandgap energy with irradiation fluence. It may has been caused by the production of charged particles and hot molecules produced due to nickel 7 plus ion beam irradiation. As the beam traces the path between the traces its path through the polymer and leave behind the hot molecules and other other uh, reactive molecules. A hump next study was about the FTIR spectra to study the structural changes in the material with the nickel iron plus beam, and it has been observed that a hump at 3144 centimeter inverse has been observed that may be due to asymmetric NH stretching of aliphatic primary amine, and it is shifted to a peak at 3381 centimeter with irradiation. Another peak at 2910 centimeter inverse corresponding to symmetric CH stretching observed, and it has been shifted to a higher wave number and is converted into a band with the increased fluence, which can be considered as an indication of cross-linking. The next peak at 2971 centimeter at a fluence of 3 into 10 per 11 particles per centimeter square. New peak at 2971 centimeter at a fluence of 3 into 10 per 11 particles per centimeter square has broadened and merged with 2910 centimeter inverse at high fluence. This peak may be attributed to the CH stretching that moved towards the longer wavelength because of the van der Waal interaction between PVC and polyallyl entities due to irradiation. Another peak at 1638 centimeter inverse and 2850 centimeter inverse corresponding to imine and amine stretching vibrations appeared at irradiation fluence of 3 into 10 by 11 particles per centimeter square. Another work that has been done for confirming the structural changes was the XRD analysis of the samples. And in that case, four peaks for scattering angles 2 theta equal to 13.90 degrees, 16.70 degrees, 19.51 degrees and 43.01 degrees are observed in the diffractogram of the pristine Pani PVC composites. These peaks corresponds to the Miller indices 100, 011, 111 and 211. And the lattice parameters have been observed using the uh, prof full prof program, and it was obtained as 5.126 angstrom unit, 3.934 angstrom units and 6.816 angstrom units for a monoclinic crystal structure. uh, Average crystalline size, microstrain and interchange separation for the sample have been observed using the standard formulas and are reported in the table. It has been observed that the crystallite size has increased with irradiation, again corresponding to the cross-linking produced in the samples. The microstrain has been reduced initially and then increased at a fluence of 1 into 10 power 13 particles per centimeter square, indicating the changes in the structure of the polymer. The tracks created by the ions along their paths act as preferential sites for crystallite nucleation, and it may has caused localized heating that has resulted in increased microstrain. FESEM has been conducted to visualize the morphological changes in the pristine and nickel 7 plus ion beam irradiated Pani PVC thin films, and the changes in the morphology and grain size have been observed at a potential of 15 kV and at a working distance of 10 mm. It has been observed that the pristine composite films contain small crystals spreading over the surface, which when irradiated to nickel 7 plus ion beam combine to form larger clusters up to fluence of 1 into 10 power 12 particles per centimeter square, and then seem to disappear with further increase in the fluence. At the highest fluence, the floral pattern has been observed. These changes are again providing the proof that the material has been melted as the ion beam fluence has been increased. With this, I would like to thank all the present here to be with me and listen to me very patiently. Thank you.